Hey, what's up, guys? We're back again, and today we're going to be talking about a pretty infamous underground rapper that, in my opinion, is much more popular than Lil Lotus. He goes by the name Young Simmie, and he's mostly known for running with Raider Clan back in the day and being a pretty close associate of Denzel Curry. He's really one of the OGs in the scene, rapping as far back as 2010, and because of that, you would think he'd be set for life, or at least in a pretty comfortable position with over a decade in the rap game, but apparently he's fallen on hard times because he's taken to scamming his fans as well. Now, unlike the entire Lil Lotus situation, this has never really been made publicly known online in any group chats, and that's most likely because Young Simmie has so much respect in the underground, especially with his association to Raider Clan, that people are afraid to speak out against him. I mean, don't get me wrong, Lil Lotus has some sort of weird respect from Pete fans and people in the emo rap scene, but he's definitely not on the level of Young Simmie. So this entire story just comes from one guy DMing me and telling me his interaction with them going under the name Frosty, or Frosty Official. The messages start off with Young Simmie saying, "I'm showing love on open verses and collabs on the low, let me know. How much we talking? 5 to 600. Can probably do cheaper on the spot. Alright, I'll see what I can do." For sure, the open I got first, come no pressure, let me know. I honestly have no idea what he's trying to say here. Let me know if you can decipher it in the comments below, but I think he's trying to say that he has an open verse and that there's no pressure on the wait time. He then says you can throw in number 2. I was thinking more of like a collab on my track, if you can do that. Just do some 4 bar shit on a song for my album. Yeah, I can do that, even better. Same price? So initially Young Simmie was trying to sell him an open verse. The reason that a lot of artists like to do open verses is because they do a song that they're not that fond of and then they can sell it to another artist to use, and a lot of times they end up reselling the same verse over and over again to multiple different people. I'm not saying that's what Young Simmie's trying to do here, but somebody like Sos Mula has resold the same verse multiple different times and nobody ever seems to notice or calls it out, so a lot of other artists are probably pulling the same scam. Also, a little unimportant detail that I noticed is that apparently he's willing to give him $600 for 4 bars. Like seriously, 4 bars, that's all he's got to do for $600, more than most people make in an entire week. Let's see if he can actually follow through with that. This depends when you're trying to lock in. You cool with that price? That's around half my price, not my full. Yeah, I'm cool with it. I'm probably gonna head to the studio today since this happened. And this is another thing that a lot of artists like to do. They say they're gonna give you a half-priced feature, and usually for most people they charge $1,200. But for you, since you're so special and they like you so much, he's only gonna do it for $600. How nice. When realistically, if you're selling your features for $1,200 and you're Young Simmie, a pretty prevalent rapper who doesn't have that big of a name, how many people are going to be buying those on the daily? I feel like he's probably selling features for $600 to everybody and then just telling everybody, you know what, I'm going to give you a deal on this one. Just lock in and send me the record the same day. Got it. Is it okay if I send it tomorrow? I got my 9 to 5 right now and I don't know if I can send it in time. Yeah, tomorrow is perfect. Sweet, thanks. Just making sure you're down for a feature for 500, right? Yes, sir. And I followed you as well. Thank you. I got to tell you guys, that is a sweet deal. Only $500 for a follow back from Young Simmie. That is a deal and a half. Honestly, usually you got to pay $1,000 to get the follow back, but this guy got it on half price. I don't want to be like on your dick and whatnot, but it's funny that I was going to ask you for a feature like a month later, but you beat me to it, and I love what you do. Obviously, you're a legend in the rap game, and I just want to give you your flowers from an underground artist to another. Let's rock, bruh. That's crazy. Young Simmie really just hit this guy with the "that's crazy." He poured out his entire heart and gassed him up, and he was just like, yeah, alright, bro. I don't really care. Let me know, gang. Yeah, I'm going to be a little late on that song. It'll probably get sent at like 11 p.m. depending on how long mixing takes. My bad, man. I'm trying to find time for this shit. I promise you, if not today, it's tomorrow. No worries, let's lock in and send me that song. There ain't no rush, we locked in. I know, but I don't want to BS. That's why I say as long as we locked in, you good. Ain't no rush. Gotta make sure it's perfect. All that. We do an Apple Pay? We can. I also got PayPal, whichever is better for you. I prefer PayPal, but if you can only do Apple Pay, I'll do Apple Pay. I can do Apple Pay. PayPal be holding funds for weeks. Should be stupid. Ah, okay. And that's immediately a red flag. If somebody's PayPal funds are being held, it most likely means that they're scamming a lot of people and that they're trying to charge back with PayPal, and because of that, their account is on lock. But of course, when you're in this type of interaction with an artist that you look up to, you really don't want to say too much against them because you feel like you might offend them or lose the feature that you're gonna get, but you should definitely look for the red flags. They're asking for friends and family, they're saying their PayPal account doesn't work, and other little signs like that. Okay, my phone tweaking. Apparently my phone thinks I'm under 18, so Apple Pay just doesn't want to work for some reason. You got Cash App? Yeah, I can do Cash App. Okay, thank God. What's your Cash App? He sends his name and then says send me a screenshot, let me know. Yeah, after my 9 to 5 I'll send you money and hopefully the song. For sure. Yo, on April 29th. He says, yo, my bad, I just woke up. Let me send you the money right now and I'll send the song this evening. Okay, gang, no problem. Let me know, send the screenshot for me. This this it? Yes, sir. All right, cool. And he sends them the $500. Got it? Yes, sir. All right, just let me know. I'm going to mix the song and whatnot, make it look good, and then I'll send it to you. What should I use to send the files? You got like Gmail or something? I can send it to you. Yes, sir. Send it however you need. Don't matter to me. MP3 or WAV, it's all right. All right, chillin'. Thank you. Got you. Let me know. And right now, it seems like everything's going to go through. Young Simmie got his money. He's sending the song over. He's going to put his 4 bars down, and it's going to be a classic album. He then goes on to say, just sent the song. Let me know when you send it back. And he responds saying, give me a week, 2 tops, no longer than that. Got you. And honestly, after I gave somebody $500, 2 weeks would make me kind of nervous, but I feel like it is appropriate to maybe wait to 2 to 3, maybe even a month when it's a big artist who's very busy, but after that, I would definitely start to worry. So all of this went down on March 29th, and then an entire month passes, and he starts to freak out because Young Simmie's not answering him. He says, Ayo, just checking in to see how the song's going. Yo, how's the feature coming? Also, if you forgot my email, here it is. I know people can forget it because it's kind of long. That motherfucker is kind of long. I got that coming soon. I tried making it so you could have a 16 bar, but if that's too long for you, then my bad. So at this point, Frosty's trying to ask for 16 bars, and honestly, for $500, I don't know what you're trying to pull. You only get 4 bars for $500. You got to pay a full $2,000 if you want those 16 bars. I mean, after all, it's Young Simmie. He's a very important man, and he doesn't have time for this tomfoolery. 10 more days go by, and he says, hey, did you happen to get the song done by any chance? Yo, what's the word? You got my verse done? Soon. You sure? Because I've been waiting for a minute. What you mean, am I sure? It's coming. One at a time, gang. Have patience. I know, but you said 2 weeks tops, and we're way past that. I'm making sure I don't get scammed. You feel me? It's more of a security reason than an impatient reason. If you're going to take like a month to do it, that's okay. Just say that. I don't want to be left in the dark. Unfortunately, that's exactly what happened. Young Simmie ends up going ghost like every single girl that Jumix has ever talked to in his entire life, and after that, he hasn't gotten a response, and it's been like 4 months at this point. Although lucky for us, we do have a response from Young Simmie telling us all why he didn't decide to give that guy his feature. He said, about 2 weeks ago, I made an announcement that my MacBook crashed and I lost most of my new music. I was getting ready to release features and beats I had forever, all type of shit. I lost. I was able to get a lot of my stuff back, but not everything. So I'm currently re-recording everything, so if we're working on a song, hit me up and be patient. Although that doesn't make a lot of sense. He said his MacBook crashed 2 weeks ago. This feature was from 4 months ago, so apparently you haven't been delivering for a long time. And overall, this is sad to see because Young Simmie, although not being the biggest rapper in the game, definitely has a lot of credit and goodwill with the underground scene, and instead of taking that and putting it in a positive position, he's instead taking advantage of that and trying to get any money he can off of the fans that he has left. And some are even speculating that's the reason that him and Denzel Curry haven't been that close in recent years. Apparently he was supposed to appear on tour alongside Denzel Curry but was cut at the last moment, and it might be because of things like this. You don't want to have that type of energy around you when you're trying to make money. People scamming is always a bad look. But I do want to say it's only been 4 months. That's definitely a little too long to wait, and he shouldn't have left the guy in the dark. But if he does rectify the situation in the following month after this video comes out, I'm not going to go too hard on him, and hopefully this is the only person that he's scammed and it's possibly an accident. But that does lead me into one final topic that I want to speak about, because there actually was a comment on my Little Lotus video talking about how supposedly the situation was resolved, so I'm going to read that right here. The person that supposedly got scammed by Little Lotus says, hey all, this is my post, which I have retracted since. I would kindly ask the video to be taken down. Lotus has since replied to me and deeply apologized for ghosting me over the years and promised to follow through on the feature. Past instances of this occurring have also been resolved to my knowledge. Lotus is a genuine guy who struggled with drugs for a long time and is since sober for over a year and is doing much better. Please give him some grace and take down the video. Thanks. And all I gotta say is this kid is way too nice, because this guy ghosted you for over 3 years, didn't give you the feature, and then finally when you decide to call him out, he then responds to you and says, sorry, I'm gonna deliver on the feature. Why wouldn't he have the feature ready right away? I mean, it's been 3 years. He doesn't have anything he can give to you whatsoever. I also don't like the excuse that because he was on drugs it was okay to take your money. There's plenty of people who do drugs, and it's not an excuse to be a shitty person and scam your own fans, and especially after 3 years, I don't really feel too sorry for Little Lotus. He's supposedly been sober for years now, and he's had ample time to make this situation right, but he only decided to say sorry to you once you called him out on Facebook. Definitely seems genuine to me. I don't know about you guys, but if somebody takes my money for 3 years, doesn't respond to me, never talks to me again, and then all of a sudden comes back and says, sorry, I took your money, I was on drugs and I needed some crystal meth and I forgot. I'm not gonna really forgive them after that. I mean, 3 years of waiting for money, and it wasn't small money either. It was $400. Sorry guys, the video is gonna stay up. I'm glad you forgive Little Lotus, but I still think it should stay up for anybody else who tries to buy a feature from this guy, because even after 3 years and being called out, he still hasn't given you the feature, and he probably never will. But with all that said, what do you think of this situation? Do you think that young Simmie just made a mistake and that he will get that feature back to the guy? Do you think that Little Lotus made a mistake and after 3 years he's definitely going to get that feature back? Let me know, and let me know if there's any more situations going on in the underground with people scamming, because we got to cover them all. Screw all these people trying to take people's money. At this point, it feels like the underground is 90% scamming and 10% music, which is not the way that it should be, but it is what it is. We got to out these people. And if you enjoy these types of videos, make sure to subscribe to the channel, as well as checking out my main channel, Twisted World. We do more documentary type videos on there that are a little bit longer. So if you like this type of content, you might also want to go over there, subscribe, check it out, and see what you think. But besides that, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.